the truck lifted up to get the jack under, it may be 5 laps before.
It's amazing how quick things happen. Here, watch this now. See Eric on the outside, and the 11 gets sideways. David Starr gets sideways. That's where the contact came from, and that created a 3-wide thing. And there's the 48 of Brian Sellers. That was your spotlight guy, Michael. He's got her turned around over there and coming off turn 2.
It's a good-looking truck. Going back to finish the Eric Darnell story, he wound up losing 3 laps. Huge break right here, Phil. This gets him one of them back in a hurry. No one else off the lead lap. So now he's only 2 down. He's got a fighting chance. Not a real good chance, but he's at least got a fighting chance now to get back on the lead lap before this thing's over.
First caution comes out, lap number 9. We'll be right back. Welcome back. Second caution of the night has come out. It was the 6th, the Conway Freight Ford F-150 of Colin Brown, who had problems, got into the wall. A lot of damage to that truck, and now we see the trucks on pit road. Adam Alexander.
Guys, let's take a look back at maybe what happened to the 6th of Colin Brown. You see him, he's already into the inside wall. Not sure. More than likely, there was probably some contact coming off turn number 4. And Colin hit really, really hard on the inside wall. There he is right now racing the 87 of Chris Jones. That's a lap truck right there.
Oh, he just comes up and gets on the inside of the lap truck. That's all on Colin right there. You know, he just lost. He was driving his truck hard. It got sideways, made contact, and shot him down into that inside wall. And it's ended his night. I mean, they might get that thing repaired, but that's even questionable.
Yeah, that's a lot of that truck is more than likely ruined.
Yeah, there's some serious damage to the rear end of that truck. It looks like the right side.
Those look like little spacemen working on his truck in the
spacesuits,
silver suits they had going on.
Our Aaron's lucky dog goes to Taylor Malsom in the 41, so he'll get a lap back. Pretty good stretch between Jimmie Johnson and second place Kyle Busch. 2 seconds here at Thunder Valley. 2 seconds. That's huge at this half-mile racetrack. Well, we'll see if Kyle Busch can reel in the 2-time Sprint Cup Series champ. And a caution has just come out. We're going to stick with you here. It looks like Matt Crafton has a problem with his 88 Chevrolet as well as that 41. It gets into the wall and some damage. So Taylor Malsom and Matt Crafton involved in this, the 3rd caution of the night.
Yeah, Matt Crafton, our 3rd place point guy right now, only 91 points out of the lead coming into this race. You see the damage to that Menard Chevrolet on the front. He was not having a very good night, and it just got worse.
We want to let you see what just took place.
See, Matt's on the outside. He just gets by the 48 of Brian Silas. Little tap down there going in turn number 1.
Oh, it looked like Tyler had a flat tire.
Looked like he had a flat tire when he went in the corner. There was no contact with the side. There was no contact from Matt Crafton that caused that tire to go down.
He just went straight up the hill. And Matt, you know, like you said, Rick, it happens so fast here at Bristol. You literally react, and it's too late. You can't do anything about it.
You have to have a premonition that somebody's going to have a problem to do something right here at Bristol Motor Speedway. We will now be right back after this.
Or pit what's early and be done with it. Type the word for him all morning long in the practice session. They've made it much better, and he's solidly in the top 10 once again, Ray.
Oh, problems on the front stretch. A big accident here on the front stretch. Here. John West Townley involved in this one in the 09. The leader just going through all of the smoke that is on the front stretch. So the caution comes out for the 4th time. This time the 09 involved.
He's not going to have as big of an advantage as he's going to need, because look at all the track position he's getting ready to leave.
07 involved as well.
So I got the 09 got into the side of the 07. Let's take a ride along with John West Townley in this Zaxby's Ford. See the 07 gets sideways up off the corner. Absolutely.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, no way. Just tried to avoid that 07.
The 07 gets away with it, and the 09 winds up in the wall.
Yeah, Sean Murphy in the 07 got spun around. He turns around in front of that 09. The 09 goes into the inside wall. Halfway mark for this race. Again, it's a 200-lap, 106.6-mile race, and it's Kyle Busch that leads at the halfway point.
Jimmie Johnson right now rides in the 16th position.
Whoa, got his hands full. Is he going to save it? It looks as though he will. Oh, he's still fighting it. He gets turned around right in front of the traffic. There's contact made.
Just got loose off the turn and battled it all the way down the straightaway.
He was fighting that thing all the way from turn 2 all the way into 3, and that's when he finally got clipped.
Yeah, a lot of damage to that Cobalt Chevrolet. Tough break for Jimmie. You know, They stuck to their game. He was in some heavy traffic there, got loose coming off turn 2. And had it not been for the other trucks, I think he probably would have saved that truck. But unfortunately, you know, there was really nowhere to go here. Let's take a look at this, Michael. And he gets a little bit loose up off of 2. He's on the inside of John Wood. John's a lap down right now. You see him get a little bit loose right in the center. And he's going to continue to try to save this truck. And he just about has it saved, and then it swings back the other way and just gets away from him. And the guys were trying to get by in the bottom, and Jeff Green comes along, and he was basically in the middle of a couple trucks and really had nowhere to go.
Yeah, nobody could predict where Jimmy was going. He was wobbling.
Jimmy didn't know where he was going.
No, and Jeff Green didn't have a clue. You can see he just gets loose on the inside. You know, he's battling that truck hard, trying to keep it out of the outside wall, and eventually it goes around with him.
He just got farther and farther out of shape. The more times it went back and forth, and here comes Jeff with nowhere to go. Just got the lucky dog, and unfortunately now he's got some considerable damage. Watch Jimmy drive that thing. Watch him steer that thing inside that truck.
His hands are working extremely hard.
And that's all going down at well over 100 miles an hour. Yeah. He's out of control. You know, you think about running 100 miles an hour, that's a big deal, and he's out of control running 100 miles an hour.
Take a look at Ted Musgrave's view.
There's Dennis Setzer right in front of Ted Musgrave. Dennis does a nice job getting by on the inside when Jimmy gets sideways. Ooh, Ted said, I don't know if here we go. I'm by him.
Yeah, he didn't want any part of that. Let me get past as quickly as possible.
Racing's crazy. Jimmie Johnson's up under John Wood and Rex. John Wood gets the lucky dog out of the deal. If he gets Aaron's, is going to put him back on the lead lap.
And Dennis Setzer was running up there, battling for the lead at one point in time, running second. Oh, we've got a slow truck on the racetrack. That's that 40 of Jeff Green once again.
Yeah, that.
Ooh, a lot of damage to the 60 truck of Terry Cook.
The 40 blew that right front tire, I believe, getting down into turn 1, Phil.
The problems with Sean Murphy in the 07. He turns around in turn number 4. That brings the caution out once again.
There's action all over the racetrack. We had a truck slowing in turn 2. We had a truck hitting the wall in turn 4.
You can see the right front tire on Jeff Green's truck is flat. He went down in turn 1 and went flat. He hit the 60, knocked him into the wall. And while all that's taking place, the 07 of Sean Murphy wipes out the wall in turn 4.
Johnny Benson, he restarted 19. Can he get to the front from 19?
I think he can. I think it's possible, but darn. Oh, we got a spinner in turn 2.
Sure enough, Chad McCullough. Oh, that's actually Brian Scott, and he's going to create a look. Oh boy, we've got contact behind him. It looked like it was going to be most of the trucks getting through there, but nowhere for that 4 of Stacy Compton.
A lot of damage for Stacy Compton. David Starr got a piece of it. I think Stacy ran in the back of David Starr. Timothy Peters was such a good run going. You see all the damage to that Red Horse Toyota of David Starr's.
And again, we wanted to replay that for you. We are under caution. It was Brian Scott. Let's take a look at what happened.
As Michael said, that a lot of guys did such a super job getting by. You see Brian's on the inside of Rick Crawford. He gets loose. He's going to spin, stay down on the bottom of the race. But watch these guys go every direction there. David Starr just stops, and then Timothy Peters had that 5 truck of Mike Skinner on the outside, so he really couldn't go up and couldn't get it turned down in time.
The spotters are crazy on the radio right now saying, got a spinner, go high, go high, go low, do something. And they almost make it through right to the very end.
Okay, let's take a look at from Mike Skinner's on board. You see him, he's on the outside of right there. That's Dennis Setzer right in front of him. You see him. Mike's going way wide there, which was a pretty good move. Ooh, he got the 15 of David Strimmy that almost clipped his nose on the way by.
Check out Musgrave here. The spin's up ahead. Everybody's slowing down. Look at the mess Ted's looking at. And
very close,
just to the inside of him, they pile into one another. Ted just slips right through.
Very close call by quite a few drivers. The Aaron's lucky dog goes to the 99 of Eric Darnell.
And now he's got a shot. He was 2 laps down, but there were no trucks 1 lap down. He gets one of those laps back. He's only 1 down now.
Trying to put his name back in the hat of potential winners here. He's running 23rd. Kyle Busch out in front.
And 2 with Kevin Harvick. So he said, I believe that TJ Bell is really coming around. I'm very pleased with what he's done. Now the yellow is coming out right now, and TJ Bell has gone from 10th up to 7th.
A little damage to the Rockingham Speedway truck of Brian Silas.
It's been a rough night for Brian. Didn't get off to a good start. Now he's got the back of that truck messed up.
8th caution of the night. We've already had 51 laps under caution. The record 69. We hope to not break that record this evening. Johnny Benson looking for a record 4 in a row. See if he can get through the field. Huge complications now for Ron Hornaday, looking to repeat as champion. In the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series, involved in our most recent caution, and he will be climbing out of that truck for good for this evening. Our 9th caution of the race, and NASCAR is going to red flag this event.
Well,
Let's take a look at what happened there.
Shocked right now.
Doesn't have any oil. This is interesting. The 48 and the 21 get together, getting into one. You can see the 13.
You saw Ty Bodine and Scott Speed go by. Now watch this.
It's a long time afterwards that these two, but you can't see, Phil. You're coming down the front show, you have no idea there's 2 trucks laid up in the middle of the corner. You're waiting on your spotter to tell you what's going on.
Like we talked before, it's hard to see around these corners. There's real time right there. You see the 48 back in the wall. Now watch up going in one. You see Ron was slowing down, and Jack got in the back of Ron, actually pushed him a little bit. Ron may have been able to avoid it on the high side. There's a 2 right there of Jack Sprague. Didn't get quite as much damage as Ron, but it's probably going to put it into Ron's night.
It almost looked like the 2 got a hold of the 33 and knocked him sideways. And then Ron was trying to save his truck and stop his truck, and he didn't have room to do both.
Let's ride along.
There's Ron Hornaday right there. You're going to see the 2 get back into the back of Ron. Now he's sideways. You can hear the rear brakes locking up and wheel hopping because Ron was on the brakes so hard, but unfortunately wasn't enough.
You know, we said you can't see what's going on down in the corner. Ron Hornaday had a better view of what was going on than Jack Sprague did. Jack was all up underneath the back of Ron. When Ron got off the gas, he hit his teammate and knocked him into the crash.
Right, exactly.
Here it is again now. Watch.
Watch this bump.
See, Jack
Boom.
gets in the back of Ron, and they're both trying to stop. Now Ron locks the brakes up. He's going to try to go around the 13 of Shelby Howard. When he locks up the front brakes, he isn't able to turn that truck anymore, and then he makes the contact, busts his radiator, and probably ends his night.
Yeah, I don't think I can get that truck back together considering the problems that it has under the hood. You know, that's going to be a radiator, oil cooler, not to mention the sheet metal damage.
Yeah, and remember, they're not going to be able to work on this truck until the red flag is pulled and the caution flag comes back out, and we've got just 21 laps to go.
Yeah, again, they went under red flag conditions. The last time Ron Hornaday didn't finish a race was Nashville of '06. That was 50 races ago, the last time there was no DNF for Ron Hornaday.
Look at all these trucks. Remember, Jack Sprague has some damage. There's Chad McCumbee, Ted Musgrave on the bottom. Oh, little contact right there. Musgrave goes by. Oh, Jason White turns around.
Jason White gets turned around. That will cause another caution to come out. We have tied the record here for caution flags, and it looks like laps might go down as well.
Man, what a solid run by Jay White. That was just somebody got to the back of Jack. He was limping around here. They get in the back of him.
Chain reaction.
Caused a major pileup off turn 4. Jason was the only one that had to pay the price by spinning out. Luckily, kept it out of the outside wall. You can go return to the battle. That's not beautiful.
That's a modified vehicle.
Check this log jam out. It all happened with a little contact from Ted to Jack, and the guy that paid the price was about 5 or 6 trucks back.
Yeah, very little damage, though, to that 08 Gunbroker's truck, so he ought to be able to get back in this thing. There are only 18 trucks right now on the lead lap. There's another view. You see our Eric Donnell was going to duck to the inside to get by Chad McCumbee. Jason had already stuck his nose up in there. Just a little bit of contact, enough to turn him around.
And already, because we are so short on laps, they're going to let them know one more time around. We're going to get the green flag. There'll be 4 laps of racing remaining. When they get the green flag,